up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you haven't seen already, you're gonna see it here. Jake Paul has officially called out Conor McGregor with an offer. I know he's called him out before, but he has an offer now. Here's the clip.
The fuck is up, you Irish cunt? Good morning, Conor McGregor. I know you're probably beating up old dudes in a bar right now, or maybe you're jacking off because you're sick of fucking your wife. I mean, she's a 4, Conor. You could do a lot better, but happy Monday. My team sent you a $50 million offer this morning. $50 million cash, proof of funds, the biggest fight offer you've ever been offered, but you're scared to fight me, Conor. You're ducking me because you don't want to lose to a fucking YouTuber. You're 0-1 as a boxer. I'm 2-0 as a boxer. I just came off the 8th biggest pay-per-view event in history, but you want to fight Dustin Prober, who has less followers on Instagram than my fucking dog. That's a fact. And Dana White, you're a fucking pussy too, you ugly fucking bald bitch. You said there's 0% chance of this fight happening, but there's 0% chance of you getting some fucking pussy. Conor, you're scared. Dana, you're scared. Sign the fucking contract, you idiots. Jesus fucking Christ.
Now, $50 million offer. You'd think that Conor would sign it, right? I don't think he's gonna. I personally don't think he's going to. And I'm gonna get into why I think Conor is not going to sign this contract and not going to fight Jake Paul. But first, it's the most realistic fight for Jake to have. And the reason I think that is because they're both professionals. They both have fought professional boxing fights. Conor's 0-1, obviously. Jake is 2-0. So it's the most realistic because they're both technically professional boxers, right? Wrong. Well, no. It's still right. But I just don't think it's going to happen. One, Conor is going to take lightly to fighting Jake Paul because Jake Paul is 23. He's a YouTuber. This and that. He's going to think, oh, it's an easy win. I don't think it's going to be an easy win if it does happen. It's definitely not going to be an easy win. You've seen how Jake fights. And you see how Conor's fight with Floyd went. Or didn't go. Because it didn't go in Conor's favor, despite all the shit talking that Conor did. I don't think this fight's going to happen. Because, like I said, Conor's going to take lightly to fighting Jake Paul. He's just not going to want to do it. Because realistically, if Conor took this fight, fought Jake Paul whenever they decided to do it and all that, and if they fight, and if Conor were to lose to Jake, Conor's career would be over. Like, done. No one would want to fight Conor because he lost to a 23-year-old YouTuber who's had 2 professional fights, had 3 total fights. No one would take Conor seriously if he were to fight Jake Paul and lose. And that's just the reality of it. Like, it's also my opinion, but that's just the reality of how I see it. No one would take Conor seriously if he were to take this fight and lose to Jake Paul. That's why I don't think this fight is going to happen. Because while Jake has slim to nothing to lose, Conor would have everything to lose. Like, his whole career would be on the line for this fight. And if he were to lose to Jake Paul, his career would be tossed out the window. Like nothing ever happened. Like, Conor McGregor didn't freaking exist if he were to lose to Jake Paul. Now, Jake has been calling out multiple people. Here's just a couple. Now, I don't see any of those happening because obviously he's calling out LeBron James, who is now in season, Rob Gronkowski, Des Bryant, Juju Smith. They're all in season. And I just don't see those happening even if they weren't in season, because, like, why? Like, why would... I just don't see the point of... Like, why not fight someone who's in boxing? Like, you don't need to call out a professional athlete. Like, you've already proven just because they're a professional athlete or were a professional athlete doesn't mean you can just hop into the ring and be a boxer. Nate Robinson got shown that. Back to the Conor McGregor fight. Not even the Conor McGregor fight, because it's not even going to be a fight. The call-out. It's not going to happen, in my opinion. If it does, shit, maybe I'll pay for it, because I think it would be a good fight. I don't think it's going to be an easy win for either side, because obviously they're both professionals. Jake has proven that he can be in the ring. He's a proven fighter. Conor obviously has been in MMA for years. He's a 2-time champion. He has one boxing debut, which he got beat the fuck out of. But that's another point I want to make. of why I don't think it's going to be an easy win for Jake, if it were to happen. If you look at their actual records and the amount of time each has spent in the boxing ring, not even just MMA, because obviously two different styles right there. MMA and mixed martial arts, obviously boxing, yes, difference, big difference. If you look at the boxing side for both of them, Jake Paul has had 3 fights, 2 of them professional. We're going to talk about the 2 professional fights. First one against Gib. Let's insert this. Gib. Anyway, still going to be a walking meme. First one against Gib. First round knockout. Easy. I believe that was at like, it was 2 minutes into the fight, around there. So far he's had 2 minutes in the ring. Second fight against Nate Robinson was a 2nd round knockout. We'll insert that again too. He's gonna be a walking meme for a while. Still respect to Nate Robinson. Gib, just no. Gib, no. Nate Robinson, still got respect for you. That was a 2nd round knockout. 2 minutes into that. So he's got about 3-4 rounds under his belt. Conor, on the other hand, has 10 rounds. He got knocked out, not knocked out, but TKO'd in the 10th round against Floyd. So in retrospect, Conor has more boxing experience, like actual ring experience, than Jake Paul. That's not including sparring and all that. That's actual professional rounds, like from a professional fight. Conor technically has more experience than Jake. But if you look at how Conor fights versus Jake fighting, Jake is more dominant than Conor. But that doesn't mean it's going to be an easy walk in the park for Jake. It would not be an easy walk in the park. If we're going to be an easy walk in the park for Jake, then Conor should have won against Floyd, which he clearly didn't. I don't see this fight happening. I see a fight for Jake happening. I just don't know who against. But I know who everyone wants to see him fight before he fights any other fight. And that would be against KSI. That fight needs to happen before any other fight happens. Otherwise, it's just not going to complete anything. Like, Jake needs to redeem his last name since Logan could not live up to the hype that they brought around this fight. Yes, Logan should have won. It was very controversial. Logan won that fight. He also won the first one, but we won't talk about that. If you want to see me talk about that, go watch my other 2 videos that I did on it last year. But yeah, I don't see Jake versus Conor happening anytime soon. But Jake versus KSI needs to happen. Spam that in the comments. Spam that on their Twitters. Jake versus KSI. Let's get it. I love you guys. That's going to be the end of this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment video ideas that you guys want to see. And yeah, peace.